What am I reading out loud?
Talking to my sister, she's reading like a whole story out loud.
I'm back. No, I'm joking. I haven't streamed in like
Can't you do it tomorrow?
3 weeks.
No.
Are you talking to me or your sister?
My sister.
No. Yeah, I haven't streamed in like 3 weeks, so yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I haven't done any homework in like 3 weeks.
Okay. I did all of it yesterday, because we had an extra day. They're gonna send us like a present in the mail when my first hour teacher is. I don't know if I really want it though, so it's kinda weird. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
I just wanna.
How many are there?
It's the aircraft carrier.
Man, I was hoping it was that one that, you know, was actually close. Yeah, I'm good, because I got a call on my work too for that.
There's really no point in going after it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. Because we're literally about to start it. By the time you get there, we're probably already gonna be starting it.
So how do you start the game mode again? Forgot, jobs, right?
You go to jobs.
I can't do it. Because it's the heist. Not the heist, we can't because of the business file.
I can.
What? I just said that then.
You go to jobs.
Yeah, I know, I just said I can't.
Play job. Box created.
I can't even click play jobs. Yeah.
Adversary mode. And I'll just start it then. Because I'm already down over here.
It says you are not currently playing.
I already invited everyone.
Dang. I never got a single invite.
Yeah, I know. Joke. Thought you already started, Ada. How come we haven't gotten invites, huh? Have fun.
Alright, I'm in. I'm in the game. Too late, yeah. I'll invite you. Aw, man. No, I'm joking. I didn't even start it. Alright, so I'm gonna win.
Get whooped.
It's pretty easy.
Trashy radio station out of here.
Dude, I wanna
Should have picked like a different one. This one's too basic for my taste.
No, it's the one I clapped Anderson. Remember I had 1 life left and that girl had 5? Or shit, 4 actually. There's no non-stop. Yeah, there's no non-stop radio. Oh yeah, there is.
Oh, yeah, there is.
What?
Probably just blind. We're gonna start it. Well, you know, invite other people though.
Okay, I'm just leaving it like this.
What the? My phone's been charging for like the past
on?
hour. It's only at 28 charger. It used to go to 100% in like 20 minutes. What'd they do to you? Who did this?
Alright, I'm just leaving it like that. You gonna start it? You can't start with 3 people. I forgot.
Nah. You gotta look for a 4th.
I'll invite all my friends playing GTA. Dude, none of my friends are on GTA. Okay. That's a guy?
We should have probably started this, you know, in a public session so we could invite everyone in the session.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna join in a couple seconds. See? Watch this. 3, 2, 1.
Alright, I'll predict it. You're gonna join in. 1 in 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, Mississippi.
Are you guys inviting your whole friends list?
4, Mississippi.
I have 302
people online.
Are you kidding me? All my friends are in bad sport. There's only 2 people online.
Well, who are playing GTA. Otherwise, I have like 20 or 30 friends on. Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's get back to counting. 6,
let's get back to counting.
7, Mississippi. 8, Mississippi.
I gotta invite Brian. I forgot about that.
And, where were we? Oh yeah, we're back at 1. 1, Mississippi. I'm just gonna...
Scare your players on my end. actually stupid though that you can't just start with 3 people. Hey, it's not even that big of a difference. Just being
Yeah, we should have probably started this in a public. Well, not a public. We were in a public session, but like you know.
Yeah. A session that had more than 3 people in it. Then the 3 people were us. Since we're waiting for people, I'll be right back.
Just saying, we're finding a different session in here to start this in.
Yeah, I know. Is my face cam working? Alright, you know what? Yeah, so there's a dude in our party named Andres, and he was talking stuff. Yeah, he was being disrespectful. I told him I was his master. Yeah. Wait, just look at the stream real quick.
My phone is charging.
Yeah, dude. Come on, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah.
Oh, get the hell out of here. No, you don't get to come back when we're actually doing something. Get out.
Yeah, see, he was talking stuff too.
I mean, I don't need to do something. I was like enjoying the party.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, look,
Sure.
I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Sure.
Jonathan, I'm streaming,
You
by
left
the
me
way.
like 2 hours ago. Told me you'd be back in a minute.
I'm Obi-Wan. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, I don't want to hear it, Josh.
Okay.
Oh, I wanted you to start it because I told you I accidentally went to story mode.
What are you guys doing?
Deadline.
Got
Alright.
it, kid?
Alright, have fun, guys.
I just told you.
Yeah, no, I said, yeah.
Your mic
I did, so I said have fun.
I just told you. I'm joking. I'll be right back again. I'm putting it back. Oh, do you guys? 'Cause they updated and changed the maps and stuff. I didn't know they did. Jones, look at my stream real quick, dude. I actually told Andrews because he started doctor disrespecting me, so I just told him I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi, dude. I pulled out my lightsaber. It's like yesterday. He kept on. Yes, dude.
I said we're doing.
Let's do deadline first. Yeah. I'll stream. Cause I just started streaming. I don't feel like ending it again.
No thanks, son. But yeah, thanks for asking. I'm doing some on my computer. I'm just on what is it? I'm on remote play.
Anime waifus? No, I'm just kidding.
Bro. Yeah.
Wait, so did one of you guys start the deadline, or do you guys want me to start it? Oh, okay. I'm already in a session. I already started mine. No, I'm being serious. I just joined a session right now. And I'm joining a deadline right now.
Dude, I'm being Marlon. You can go AFK during my stream.
What'd you say, man?
I said I was being Marlon. You've been going AFK during the stream.
I have eyes. It's okay.
Okay. Oh, so weird, dude. You're talking to you like your baby.
I don't think we've done this
You're
before.
John.
What is that?
You were right. Weren't you right
I
next
know,
to your
bro.
babysitter? You just started
I have a
singing to
beautiful
her.
voice.
You're like, let me tell you a bedtime story.
I remember originally I got there first, and then she was there to start freaking the fuck out because I'm like, oh god, what have I done?
Oh.
But then yeah, I didn't have the intelligence to stop because
Why? I also was like, why'd you keep going?
Wait, do you guys want to do last alive or deathmatch?
Deathmatch. Wait, what do you mean last alive? Like, oh wait, wait, what's deathmatch and what's the difference between them?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just do last alive.
Alright, bet. That's the one I wanted. I was hoping you guys wouldn't take the other one.
Yeah, because last time
we're
we
going
picked like
35
40.
lives. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm
Let's
putting
pick like
10
6 lives. Alright then. Alright. What? What?
just got my teammates killed.
What a nice
Hey, you
teammate
guys
you are,
get
Jones.
invites?
Yeah, I just got it. Ada was in my session, then he left. Oh, then he joined again. Yo, you guys want to do the bog bang problem?
Bog bang problem?
The only reason why I would do it is probably to do X3, just to get Lester. Anyway, he's not that worth it. He's not worth it that much. You didn't join or no, Jonas?
Thanks, though.
Alright. No prob, Bob. Dude, why does it keep on saying players blocked?
I don't know.
I don't know. You're not even playing.
Ew! Why does the character look like that?
Who, Anna's?
No, there's this guy from like the top session.
What?
Like level 544. For me, he's the first person I click from current session.
Yeah, I don't, have anybody in my sessions like that.
Alright, you
There
guys
currently isn't anyone in the session to invite. So is somebody in my session anymore? Dang, out of you left. What a punt. I'm checking. No, I can't.
I can't.
Yeah, it's just 2 out of 4. Yeah. I mean, there's 3 players. 2 out of 4. Cause yours
Why is it launching session?
Yours is what? You probably started a different one, dude. I don't want to have pink again. Why? Why me? Don't want to have Addis
Oh yeah,
color.
this one's. I don't think we have. Oh, it's probably because this is a different map that we haven't done before.
Yeah, that's what I'm
probably
saying. I actually want to have Addis color, dude. It's not fair. Now I gotta change
This
my
one,
lights to blue.
remember this is the one we were like, oh, this looks hard.
Yeah, now I gotta change to pink. This does look hard.
So we never did it because we were like, this looks hard.
Wait, this one we never said. I mean, we never did it because we said it was gonna be hard.
What the? I didn't get that. Okay, yeah, I'm coming back for you. Come for me, baby. I'm just kidding. Are you kidding me?
I had boost. There was no way I was
I'm trying to get that boost, but Ada, don't you dare! I will kill you. All right, go fuck yourself. Aw, almost killed you.
Yeah, I got him.
You
What?
thought, Ada.
Ada? Do you know who Ada is? It's me.
Oh. Good game, man. I just want you to know that. Look at you go. And just.
Uh-oh. Oh, I just ran in Ada's line. Wait, hold.
Maybe not if it wasn't planned.
What? Yeah, I went through Ada's line. How come I didn't die? I know that for a fact. I just went through it. Yikes.
Oh my god, Amy, I thought you were coming at me!
I was too late. I keep on using the speed boost. I'm actually good at this game.
Small.
I know, it's just...
I don't like it.
The speed boost is
Small
actually
for
the
me.
worst point, yeah. To have in this map, because how small it is.
Oh, but I got
I
you.
killed my son. No, because I'm stuck in my car. Dude, I'm actually good at this game. It's just this map. I'm actually good at it. Don't worry. I'm actually good, guys.
Wait, I forgot. Do you lose a life if you commit? Yeah, you do.
You do what? What if it's on accident? How did you not die?
You're so annoying.
What do you mean? How did you not?
Hey, Ada.
Oh my god.
How'd you not? Oh, did you have the jump? This trashy pink bike is this? No, I'm just kidding.
It's mine. It's mine, okay? You got a problem with the bike?
I'm back, sorry about that.
Yeah, I do. It's in my way. Yeah, go. I bet I said, oh, hey, you gotta.
Whose bike is that? Oh, it's Alice. It just hit me. Too bad you can't have more than one cork. Get it? Yeah, My Hero Academia.
Sasuke.
What do you mean Sasuke? What?
How'd you die, Ada? Oh, how'd I kill you? Oh my goodness gracious.
Or is that some type of like... Oh my god.
Oh, I thought I had... Oh, no! Oh I don't like this game.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Me and him aren't friends anymore, dude.
I don't like either of you. Never have.
Never will. What are you doing? You're a punk. No, I don't. Look at you, trash bag. Now we got revenge. Alright.
Oh god.
Oh gosh. I was gonna have to kill you, Andrews. I thought I was. Survive or be survived.
Survive or be survived.
He committed suicide.
I was
about to kill him, so you committed suicide.
Oh, I almost killed myself.
You committed suicide because I was about to kill you. Andrews, you're...
Yes!
Okay. You know, I'm your master. I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm joking.
What do you mean I am?
I'm Obi-Wan Gut Nobi.
Okay.
I mean Goat Nobi.
Okay.
Gut? Did you say Gut Nobi?
Yeah.
Oh, Gut, you're Nobi. Yeah. What just happened? The boost,
like
the jump just left. I would have survived too. I would have survived actually. I still am. I'm gonna survive, Andrews. And you're too trash to kill me.
I just killed myself.
You just suck. Oh, shut up.
Who is that?
Let's see what Jonas are at. It's Jonas.
Are you abusing your dog? I thought we had to talk about this, Jonas.
Okay.
Oh,
how did you not die?
Oh my god! I slammed into you and I flew up in the air.
Oh, you hit me? Oh. I'm like, dude, what? Yeah, he's abusing his dog. He's sucking the life force out. I saw him just go off the...
I'm a vampire.
He just jumped off the thing. Oh no.
Roger. You keep on killing yourself.
Oh my gosh. I was like, okay, Jonas, calm down.
Kroger.
That's what you sounded like,
Kroger. We don't talk about you anymore, do we, Joker?
I know. Dude, I forgot about that Joker laugh. Dude, that actually
you can't
scared
talk
me.
about me or else society will get mad because I'm the Joker.
When I made the Joker, I mean,
aw,
that's what you really get actually. You got killed instantly.
Hey.
I knew I was dead, but then Andrew saved me at first. But then I would have died. You feel good about yourself. I know you killed yourself like 10 times. You better feel good about yourself already. It was a joke, man. There was no way.
Get cracked.
There was no other way. I thought I was at the end.
Oh, I think I just screwed myself. Oh no, I'm good.
You're nasty.
On that, let's go bully Emeer. He's got no lives.
Bet. I have no lives. I have 3.
Yeah, stupid Emeer.
I have 4,
guys.
You know what I meant.
It's so annoying. Actually, dude, I just saved myself from dying and killing myself. And then you kill me. Now I have 3 lives. Life 3. 0. Still alive. Yeah, remember? 0 counts as a life. Bro, you're actually a bonk, Anna. If you kill me, you're a punk. I jumped! No, I jumped.
Another double kill.
It was just too late. I jumped though. That's how.
No. Oh,
that's how my bike
almost
hit
screwed me
you.
over.
Yeah, I know. I jumped. Let's just see. You can see my bike hit you because I jumped. This game is just.
Yeah, guys, he jumped. Get it straight.
Yes, I jumped. I jumped.
Yeah, he jumped.
Jones, can't you just open up another window since you're on your PC?
This is a joke, isn't it?
John, since you're on your PC, why didn't you just open up another window? Like,
Boost is overpowered.
Why didn't you?
Because
just trying to find
I was doing something.
Sure. Something about earlier. I said you'd get on if we were gonna do something.
Okay, yes, sorry, drop the chat. Fuck. Sorry, my mic unplugged, but yeah, I was doing something with my mic.
Oh my gosh!
You're an air.
I survived. I was like trapped in a corner from you, and I survived, so.
Mang.
Chill out. Come on, dude. Let's team on that. Come on, Alright, let's team on Andrews. Which one? Yeah, let's team on Andrews, alright?
I'll take both of you. I'll get another double kill on you.
Alright, come on, dude. Let's just team on Andrews, dude. Come on. Us two lives have to stick together, don't they?
That ain't no flying saucer. I'm sure the word that well right. No, I'm joking.
I said let's stick together, and you ignored me. Now you're gonna lose your life.
Tard.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it.
No, I hate. Oh, I'm still alive. I don't care. How'd you miss? Oh,
I'm still alive. I don't care. You said how'd you miss? Cause I'm not trash.
How did you did you?
I didn't even use any boost or anything.
Off?
No way. I told you to double team in, and you didn't listen. Nah, you're paying the price. Look at you, I'm joking.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go.
I didn't even see Andrew, so he's above me.
Oh, I try to cut you off there.
If I stop the Adobe, oh, come on.
Riding around in a robot.
Don't want to stop, you're just gonna get copyrighted.
Like I know, dude, come on.
I know.
Feels so fun. Dude, that rap I made about you, I mean, your mom and you, taking for hostage. The Joker life started coming out.
Chuff chatter. Emeer, you got me killed. No, I'm joking.
And here I thought I was gonna be the first one to die. Thanks, Ada. Dude, you're actually nasty.
This is the noise that Ashton makes every time he speaks.
Every time he's white, your mic glitching so bad.
Every time he speaks, he just goes.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of weird. Oh gosh.
I do, huh?
I have no idea what you just said. Oh, you're so gay. What did he say?
He's in Persona 5.
Oh.
What did you think he said?
That's that offensive. No, I'm just
I know. What did you think he said?
Do you want to know what Ashton says every time he speaks? All my friends are gay. That's an offense.
Dude, no, I'm not.
Damn. Did we ever say we were your friends? Just kidding.
Whoa.
I'm just joking.
No, I'm joking.
You're my friend. I wouldn't be an ass.
So dumb, Emeer.
My friend, it's a joke. It's so funny.
Oh, you're actually smart. Sorry. No, I'm kidding.
Good thing.
Yeah, it was because of the strat I was trying to do.
Oh!
Yeah, I ramped off of
so
him.
Close. Yeah! Oh!
What happened?
So
did you ramp off the
bonkers.
thing?
Yeah.
You're
a snitch.
What? What did he do? He just started laughing. Oh yeah.
No, he was like, watch out. He has
Let's go put him down, guys.
I mean, it didn't even help me though. I mean, thanks for doing it, but like he didn't really mess up because it couldn't have helped me. It was already too late. I can still win this.
You're built like garbage. No, I'm just kidding. Ah, gotta make
I
it.
can still win this. Oh my gosh, I thought I went off the edge. For some reason I'm thinking I was driving on the edge or something. For some reason I'm thinking I was riding around it.
What are you doing, Emeer?
What are you doing?
I don't know. You were corner camping. Oh god.
Rip who? Right. I have my own secrets.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I missed. Oh, I'm about to die probably.
Actually, I'm about to die. I'm about to kill myself in accident. Oh, Pog.
Urge.
Pog champ him right here.
I gotta do some what?
Pog.
Well, yeah, I know. Like, I gotta play it safe too. I only have one life. Yes, too. That should have killed him.
That is so
He ramped
dumb.
off of me.
Oh, I almost killed myself.
Okay. I jumped at the last second. That was not even close, yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't win. Sorry, Marlon.
Marlon.
You're good at this game.
Yeah, he said you win, and then he said clutch it.
Oh.
I could have clutched it, yeah. I don't know, that map is so tiny.
Too small.
Poggers.
Dude, I didn't kill himself. I died the whole time. You suck at it.
Yeah, there was 2 rounds.
Who made it 2 rounds? You, Andrew?
I thought it'd be better.
Damn you,
I thought it'd be
evil
bigger as
bastard.
well.
Gosh, this map sucks.
Damn.
Because look at those pink again, dude. The pink lights are on my house. You give me a migraine, the pink lights are on my room. I have to wear pink lights, Marlon, because I'm pink. I'm changing the color of my room every time depending on the color of my
How
light.
did I miss that?
If I see options over, I'm gonna send my straight to the I'm about to die.
I'm gonna blast that song right now.
I hit the brakes, Saga.
Oh, you suck. No, I'm just kidding.
I hit the brakes before, you know what I mean? Oh gosh, he reversed. What?
What the?
Did you see that?
I was betting me.
I hit the car that was upside down, and then I landed on top of the. I landed on top of the. What's it called? Ada. I landed on top of the boat. But it was like I was stuck on there, so it killed me. Cause when you stop moving, you die.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, there's no way I'll survive anyway. Andrew's dying. Okay, well,
Dang,
actually,
you
no,
used it
never
before
mind.
me.
I'll actually hurt you, you know what I'm saying?
You used yours before me. Ah,
Dang. We're all on equal footing. Oh, wait, actually, never mind. No, I'm joking. How'd you die twice, Andrew? Oh, fast. I just saw you die once. I didn't see you die twice.
no, I'm joking. I'm coming after you, Ada.
Okay. I'm bigger than Bennett. Stop it. Otherwise, I'm gonna beat my best friend's head. See, it sounds like he said, otherwise, I'm gonna beat my best friend's head. His toes doesn't feel like a hobbit.
Remy, stop, you're gonna get copyrighted.
I know.
Copyright.
I saw you kill yourself.
Yeah, I know, that's why I
It
said
won't
that.
stop. There you go.
It won't stop till you go.
That's stopping me.
What do you mean that's tough?
I thought you almost got boxed in.
Nah. So I follow my own trail and I get boxed in. Nah, I knew what you
Emeer,
were
you think you're gonna stream on the PS5 too?
Maybe. Why?
If you do,
Something.
you should just like stream the main menu for hours, and then whenever someone asks like, "Are you gonna play a game?" Tell them like, "I'm playing a game." What do you mean? You guys not see it? That would be
Why would I only? Why?
Really funny. I'm just kidding.
I know.
because it'd be the biggest troll ever. That's what. That's kind.
Wait, but how would that make sense? Wouldn't everybody else?
I don't know.
Are you expecting me to get it like as soon as it comes out?
No, I'm just saying, like,
I'll shoot
if
you.
you get the PS5 and then you stream on PS5, you should just stream the main menu. Or even do that with the PS4, and it'll just be funny.
Dang it. You really thought. That's why, you know, went up there on the bridge, so just in case. You really thought, dude.
Oh, come on.
Pog. Pog. Pog
Guys,
in
I'm
the
good at this
shit.
game, I swear. It's just the mat. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Oh,
It's just
the
a
maps
map.
all the same in Deadline.
No, they're not. What?
I'm stupid. Can you
I
be?
no, actually.
Oh, it sucks, 'cause like all the ones we played were always the same when I was with you guys.
Because those of the maps were actually big. Some of them were playing pretty small.
You are actually retarded.
I've had that boost for the entire time. Since the beginning of the game. Yeah, well, I'm not the. It just is. Oh, I didn't die. Ada, go back to your stream. Go to the beginning of your stream. Look, go to the beginning of your line. I don't know how I didn't. You can't see it anymore.
Ada isn't a streamer like you, Emeer. Just kidding.
That's why I said line. I mean, it's got
Yeah,
stream.
no,
but
no. Did you get it,
Oh.
Emeer? Just kidding.
I get it.
No, you clearly don't. Just kidding.
I'm bigger than Bennis. I look like Nick Merckx, dude. All you can see is my eye, and my nose, and my hair.
Try it. No.
I look like that during all. I put my camera on my other monitor.
You look like that during what?
So you only see like half my face.
Yeah, I know. You look like during what though? Your mic kind of glitched.
During with my webcam.
How come they always?
Cause I keep...
Ada, you suck. I'm joking. Huh. How did you? Oh, I thought you were worried about me. I thought you were saying, how did you not die? Cause I don't know how I didn't die from that.
I'm bigger than Bennett. Oh. Whoa, I landed on my own line.
I don't even have to kill you guys. Andrew's just killing himself. Sometimes he's killing himself too.
Wait, Andrew's
He's
gonna
barely
kill
gonna.
himself?
He keeps on doing it. You barely won that last round, Andrew's. Yeah, I mean, I like to see you
He's
win.
turning into what I did last time we played Deadline.
Yeah, but
It was just that bad.
Fisher was so bad. He went AFK in the middle of it. In every round we would do it.
You got here at them.
That's how bad he was. I'm thinking.
He's just dumb.
You killed yourself. You're an actual bug, dude. You're an actual bug. That.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, Pog. I'm actually the best driver. I almost saved myself. I almost saved myself. I'm actually the best driver in this game. I'm actually the best driver. I almost saved myself. I didn't see I had an opening in my line from where I jumped. Look at you, Andrews. Killing at it.
Put your Crocs back on at it and get outside.
His Crocs back on. What did he do to him? Take them off. Oh.
You close that. I'm just kidding.
It's not funny. No, I'm dirty, dang. Hey, at least I'm not bottom fragger. I'm actually top fragger. Like some people. Yeah, just full off. What's on? What? Huh?
Nah.
What you gonna do, Emeer? Huh?
Watch this. See? I knew Ada was gonna get. Oh, Ada got killed. Ada, you actually suck. I'm joking.
You know, he's just yeah. I'm gonna play it again.
You might just go riding round in a rover. It's the obvious mover.
beat my jiggles.
Jehovah, wanna take shots like M. Sharapova. Doing up tennis. Call man Dennis, I'm a menace. Doing up olives and I'm bigger than Venice. Stop it. Otherwise, I can paint my bashman's head straight down like a bobbit. So make like a feather and hop it. Your girl is 4'4" and got bare hair.
Fucking girlfriend is 4'4".
Yeah, he did. What do you mean? You swear he did. He said.
Yeah, no, I just realized because I wasn't paying attention to the lyrics. But then I just, yeah.
I don't understand.
How would it be like to date a midget though? Like.
You are one, so why don't you ask me?
I'm 5'2", okay? I'm not 4'4", like that fucking bitch.
She's like a hobbit. Yeah, you good thing. How'd you not die?
How'd you not die?
You suck.
How'd Ada not die?
Actually, he followed us. He had no idea, huh, hacker? You're straight like a hobbit.
Dang.
I thought he didn't die because he's like a hobbit. And hobbits can't die, I'm joking.
The hobbit. The hobbit.
Why'd you slow down, son? Oh, so you can watch Andrews die in slow-mo?
What? Oh my god, I barely lifted that. Yeah, I was landing on Ada. Or wait, no, that's
mine.
Emeer.
You can call me Ada. What do you look like him? I'm joking.
Kind of.
And he even said himself he's fat, no, I'm joking.
Oh, I just killed myself.
No, you didn't. What are you talking about?
Haha, you didn't get the kill.
Okay, wow, you're an actual He's probably like, jokes on you. He's probably like, jokes on you. The game won't get the kill either. And then kill himself.
I had to stop. Oh
I
my
almost
god,
got
you're
stuck
so
in the
gay.
game. You're actually a punk, you know that. I'm joking.
Let's go gangbang him. He has at least a amount of lives.
Whoa,
I
hey.
don't.
Dude.
You do.
You don't talk like that here.
No.
That looks so serious,
Hey, brother.
Hey, Buddha.
Hey, Ducker.
Come on, brother. Why you running, brother? Oh,
Hey, you
bruv!
running, Buddha.
No.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I got
Hey,
him.
brother.
What's so funny now? Oh, no, I'm joking. Oh, no, man. Yeah, you better breathe out. I gotta breathe in.
Don't breathe out. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. No, breathe in. Do you remember that from the Amazing Race Gumball? Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Mr. Oh, actually funny. I'll show you. No, I'm joking. Cause Mr. Small was like, he was doing that book.
Like I said.
Or he was watching that movie
like
thing.
like the good old days.
Okay, he didn't do anything. What do you mean the good old days? I boosted so I wouldn't die and they killed me.
You boosted so you would die. I'm joking.
I said I boosted so I wouldn't die and they killed me.
You
stay away from this.
What was that about you not having to worry about me, Emeer?
I never said I didn't.
Chap.
You went right into that one. You couldn't escape. That even bugs you in.
He's a monkey. No, I'm just kidding.
You're not. Oh, dang it. I don't want to be the first one to die. I don't want to be
That's
the
pretty
first one
sus.
to die.
Fact.
You're Bill sus, Jonas. I don't want to hear it.
Jones is suspect. I hate when
You're
he says
suspicious.
That. You're suspect. He went to Miss Douglas and turned on the mic. Suspect.
Luckily, no one here knows who Miss Douglas is except for us.
I know, that's the thing. See, I mean, Andrew's not. Oh, okay, I jumped, but it was like too late.
Yeah,
Just because Andrew's been to our class.
I said to you.
You have?
He's been to our
crazy, bro.
Children together. I'm just kidding.
That's actually kind of weird.
Bro, that's crazy.
Dude, actually, I thought Jonas was some type of weird incest dude. Because he always used to say, my sister's dating my...
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You're funny. You're funny, you
He
know.
always said, my sister's dating my
Yeah.
brother. And I thought he was incest.
You're
Like, some
funny.
type of weird incest. What do you mean I'm funny? It's the truth. He used to always say sisters,
Where
you know,
you
you
at?
can't.
You're scary. Oh my god, that was scary. I couldn't tell if you were on the one on the right.
Oh,
Oh my god. You are so bad. Look, who's the first one to die?
I don't want to be the first one to die.
You had 8 lives. I had 3.
I did that, the fat cap. And did you not see the way I killed myself with the last time? I was trying to get that speed boost, and so I circled myself
What are you
into
gonna
a
do?
circle.
Win? No, I'm just kidding.
I circled myself in. I would have won too, if it wasn't for you meddling kids. I'm joking. You're so bad,
I
Andrew.
committed suicide.
Because you went into your own line. I watched
Oh, you're
that.
the first one out, trash boy.
You were the first one out last round, yeah. I mean, as it was from killing himself. Oh, nice.
You saw that, didn't you, man? That was actually goated.
If you were Fisher, you would say weed boost. Get it, guys?
Yeah, you use your speed boost.
If you were Emeer or Jonas or me, you would take weed boots. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, your mom was good. Just kidding.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Kaden. I'm sorry. Oh, wait,
Well,
I'm
you guys can do that.
I'm streaming.
I'm joking.
The original. Okay, I was actually playing good. I just wasn't going in and psychotic and stuff. Okay, I don't want to hear it. That's why I had to download this map. I'm joking.
Well, what are these things? A rich to fan? What is that?
Wait, are we
That's
gonna
like
like
we're going to
parachute?
heaven.
You guys want to try that? Oh man.
Too late.
I
Sorry,
want to
bud.
try it. Like, very big. You were so boss. Yeah. Actually, don't make it 2 rounds this time. Unlock this week. Fruit tree. What's a fruit tree?
Fruit tree.
Why are you talking like that?
I want a fruit tree.
Oh, shut up, you unpoggers, boy. So, do not make it 2 rounds?
No. Make it,
No, make it 2 rounds.
Make it 1 round. Let me make it so you do it. Oh yeah, this one you can't.
I don't think we can do it, and I'm joking.
Look at it. I'm Dave. Oh, it says.
So, do you guys want to do Last Alive again? Or a deathmatch?
Let's do deathmatch.
Jonas, you pick.
Deathmatch.
You can only have 10 lives
Pick
on
what?
Last Alive. Never mind, it already started automatically. Sound like
How
Jonas
long do
now.
you
I have
have?
that weird game. No, I'm just kidding.
You have that weird thing. What weird thing?
Because Jonas is, you know, remember when we were like doing the heist or whatever, and he was like, I can't, it started automatically.
Oh, I got green. Alright. Dude, look at my scar. That actually looks like... I look like Prince Zuko. Dude, I have...
Prince Zuko.
What do you mean you don't see it? It's a black
You
eye.
and just ripped it off.
What, me?
Yeah.
I got these scars.
Yeah, I look like Prince Zuko. What do you mean you don't see a scar? It's a black eye. I know.
Black eye. Whoa, Emeer, you can't say that. Twitter will get mad at you.
No, yeah, but it's not at the top part. I don't see it at the top part. I don't see it at the bottom part.
Nice, I got it.
Unless the helmet's covering it.
It's at the top part. What do you mean? The helmet's not even covering it.
I only
shows
see it at the bottom
Oh,
part.
on my screen, it's the entire eye.
Well, I like this one.
I like this one too. How did you not know which was gonna be from the thing, from the thumbnail?
I know.
You rep turd, nothing. I called my sister a rep turd, and she
She died. No, I'm just kidding.
she thought I called her a black turd. I was like, what?
Wait, what?
She thought I called her a black turd.
What was that noise?
What? Oh, I was breathing.
No, dude, you weren't breathing.
What, do you have an inhaler?
Okay.
I'm like, Darth Vader.
What, you gotta
never
make fun of me?
mind.
No, I'm joking.
I said like Emeer, just kidding.
Emir doesn't go.
I know.
When he fucking take out of
I've
an
never even
inhaler.
seen Emir use an inhaler.
I don't want
Actually
people
curious.
watch me. Okay, you're actually. I'm actually curious.
I want pictures, Emir.
I'm curious, John.
Give me pictures of Emir using his inhaler. Get it? Cause
No, that hurt my
Yeah, I
throat.
get it.
so
Jonah
bad to do that.
Jameson.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
I have a feel the
Here,
need to
please,
explain
please.
everything.
Oh, never mind.
You're gonna
You
need to
suck.
play the boost. I got the
You got the
boost.
boost.
Oh yeah, you're already too close. The only reason I was gonna use the boost is to save my own life, but I had to actually, you know, turn my car all the way around.
A soul for a soul.
I got just flew off the edge. I just flew off the edge. Did you just see that?
How did Dave die? I thought you died. I thought that was you who flew off the edge. What are you doing?
No, I'm not that bad. No, I'm just kidding.
It's not like it shows,
I'm just kidding.
you know, orange. No, I'm saying. I know.
Does he bottom right what color he is?
Oh, it's not like it shows it when it says he died. No, I'm saying. I just died. I landed
How did
right
I kill
into
you?
that. 'Cause I landed into that. I didn't see it underneath me.
Theater.
Yeah, he's actually thinking. Dude, he's probably at Fisher's house right now, if you know what I mean. I'm checking.
Anna's at Fisher's house, what?
Talking about you. See, yeah, he's at Fisher's
Oh,
house.
me? Oh yeah, stop making all these noises. Is Fisher beating the living daylights out of me?
Oh, never mind.
Fucking out of his ass, just kidding.
What does Tyler Andrews have to do with this?
Okay. Come here, Dave. What's that, I forgot Ada was
Dave.
reborn. Dude, I just gonna name
Who's
himself the
Dave?
Kid Crafter Reborn. Dude,
Kid Craft.
dude, there's actually okay. So I got where you, I know where you got your inspiration from. Right? So you know the Kraft macaroni, it starts with a K. That's where he got his inspiration from.
He was eating some lunch, you know.
Kraft, and I am a kid, Kid Crafter. Dude, actually, when he gets older, he's gonna name himself Man Crafter on the PS5. Watch, it's gonna be Man Crafter.
It'll go elderly crafter.
Yeah, that's not funny.
The
They'd
elder
probably go Son
crafters.
Crafter. His brother would probably be Son
The
My
Crafter.
elder
asshole is
scrolls,
sweaty.
Jonas,
Dude, I'm
you look at
streaming.
this,
You're actually weird.
I am aware.
Do you have your mic on? I mean, like your mic sharing on?
What'd you say?
You have your mic sharing on?
God damn it.
Wait, so you don't have your mic sharing on? Because you're actually weird.
Yeah, it's on.
You're weird.
Am I?
Oh my god, that almost got me.
Oh, you killed Dave too.
Everything's getting tangled.
You just spawned in, that poor guy.
He
He just spawned in.
He joined the wrong
you guys are-
session. I'm kidding.
I'm watching every move you guys are making.
Are you watching like
God
stream?
damn it.
Oh, I just killed myself. Oh.
Nice, Andrew, you actually saved my life. Thank you. Whoever did that. saved my
Whoever
life.
just did that just got orange killed again. I killed him 3
Wait, it
times
wasn't.
in a
Who
row.
did
you guys
that?
doing
Wait, who
orange
did the
before?
slum? Who did the slum?
That was probably Ada.
Ada, you did the slum.
I've killed orange 3
Orange
times
is
in
the
a
slum.
row.
Orange is the slum.
Gotta be 4 times in a
And
row.
you got Ada killed.
Orange from
He's
the
about to
insanely
leave.
popular TV show and knowing Orange.
Stop.
I feel bad.
What?
Look at him. He's about to. I told you he's about to leave.
Poor Dave. He was just trying to sing to us. Yes, I know that I am a rapper. Oh, yes, I know that I'm a rapper at the end of the day.
You're so dumb at it.
Hi, I'm Dave.
Dave, I'm
You're
high.
so
Oh,
dumb,
Ada, you
Ada.
almost. Oh, actually,
No,
no.
Dave is
high. It's so fucking funny, man.
Right.
What? No, you said something about Dave.
Dang it.
Oh my god. Why is my screen black and white?
Okay, I was about to say if you didn't
Why
die.
was my screen black and
My
white?
screen black and white because your life was flashing before your character died.
Help! It's still black and white!
Your
Guys,
life-
help.
That's because I
The
hate
only
you
thing
that
that
hard.
isn't black and
Remember, I
white
hate you.
is,
I hate you that hard that your eyes, that your
Just the
character's
bike
eyes
that
got
like a
messed
trail.
up. Your character's eyes got that messed up that your screen went black. Dude, you're a punk. You know that. Caden G, help me.
I'm just kidding.
Caden G says me. You thought that,
Dude, my screen is still black and white.
How do you gonna talk?
You try harding, leave him alone.
I know,
He's
yeah.
focusing.
You activated the crafter mode.
I know, dude. As soon as I said quick craft, he looked at the box and said, I won't let you down.
Avatar
His eyes
like
just-
crafters did.
I just turn into crafting tables.
No, his eyes just...
He is the crafting table, Jonas.
Damn, bro.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, we should
here.
play some Minecraft soon. Eventually.
Okay.
There we go.
You're an actual bomb. I'll fit
Be
myself.
ready for
Don't worry,
cave
I won't die.
update, bros.
I won't die. You know what? I will stab you. Okay, Siri. Call Kraft
That's
macaroni and
really
cheese.
violent, Emeer.
Do you think
Awesome
it's
Kraft.
fair?
Should I be Hungarian? What am I gonna do, Ada? Huh?
Did you know
That's what I
Andrew was
thought. Run
actually
away,
related
you're just
to
that scared of me.
I know people call him TT out. I'm joking.
Oh, I thought you just killed yourself. Well, that's funny.
Who, I or me?
What happened?
Both
No,
of you.
I just killed himself or me? I just used my boot. Are you kidding me? I was trying to honk my horn. I hate you. It's not even a joke. I was just trying to use my horn in peace.
Oh, we were tryharding.
Listen to the noise. You were trying. As soon as I said Kraft macaroni and cheese, you said.
He's going into crafter mode, like Andrew
You
said.
told your brother, you were like, oh gosh, I gotta kill them all.
I don't know nothing about Judas King.
I don't know nothing. That's what I said Andrew last night. I don't know nothing.
No. I didn't do
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah, John, can you do me a favor real quick? I need you to play. I need you to play that one song. By that British there. Oh gosh.
Riding around in a robot. That one?
I rode it right around in me.
Riding around in your mother.
Oh, big
Oh my
Rover.
god, my screen.
I will go.
My screen
turn
turned,
that song
turned
on.
back. It was colored
Okay,
again,
you
and
go
I was
here.
like, oh, bet.
Riding round in a rover. If a sun optics over.
I'm saying
Picture the home while I take shots like Hampshire Rover. Doing up tennis. Call man Dennis
I'm a
Menace.
menace.
Doing up olives in Venice. Big man,
I'm bigger than Venice. Stop it. Otherwise, I'm gonna beat the best I don't like a puppet.
So make it. Your girl is 4'4" and got bare hair on her toes like a hobbit.
Who got bare hairs on the toes like a
Doing
hobbit?
up AJ the way that
Wait,
we've hobbit.
does he have hair on his toes?
And I'm not from Hobbit, I'm not from Hackney, so I never go east, cause Bear Man tries spot pea like acne. I'm from
Ah,
Surrey.
you almost killed yourself.
Wait, he says Surrey.
And the gal just like Theresa.
You're actually
It's surreal.
Lighting Hannah on the new Rusty.
Yeah, this is a real experience.
Came back with the feet so dusty, still waking up to
Dusty.
Dusty.
bananas.
Dude, he sounds like that dude boy in a band. You know that guy boy in a band? He sounds
I
just like
fall for the
that.
bungee. Look at me.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I've got brazen and
Oh, yeah,
voice.
his voice is weird.
Can then dig it.
Well, boy in a
I really
band,
hurt my
yeah.
knee joints. Got a song called Throwback, but my girl got no back.
But my girl
And
got
if you
no
wanna
back.
talk unknowns, then you better talk P. Just do this explosion.
Oh my
Girl
god.
doesn't have a back. What happened?
What happened to him right there? He just blew up.
His man gun. Okay. Oh, come on. Andrew just made me laugh, and then I looked down, and then I died. I would have survived too, but wasn't for that
Get out of
melon
here. You're
cake.
so dumb and retarded.
I know, guys. I'm alright.
You didn't even play with
Let's
us. dude.
gangbang this kid.
I
Alright,
know.
bet,
So I'm
Andrew. Let's
saying.
go. He's the most live, Andrew, so kill him. You don't have to sing in this, okay?
No,
You
I
hear me?
don't.
You don't have to sing in this. I won't kill you.
Oh, what's wrong with you?
I was trying to
Mir?
get the boost.
Oh, I almost killed you.
I'll kill him. No, it's Andrew. Andrew, move.
You're so dumb, Mir.
No, I didn't kill you. I didn't kill you.
Oh
see?
my god.
Oh, let's go.
Come on, Emeer, you can do it.
I'll skip you, Adam. Kill him.
Don't
Kill
fall off
him
the
now.
edge. Oh, okay, you're fine now.
You ignored me
Yeah,
last
go
week.
up there.
Are you
ramp.
watching me?
Oh, no, okay. Yes. Building. I know you can do it. Yeah, get the power up.
I already have a power up.
Yeah, I
What are you
know.
talking about, Jonas?
I know.
It's delayed.
No.
You go up that ramp halfway and then fall off or whatever.
Dang, you're all the way
Yeah.
back there. Just bang, I'm joking. You're like a couple seconds behind.
Yeah, go by that big purple tower thing. Man. Then around the building some more.
Jonas, stop spectating us, you creep. That's probably
Not
why my
spectating
screen
you
is
guys,
black and
spectating
white.
me. I'm joking. He's watching my stream.
Jonas is
Oh,
jealous that
Andrews-
we're playing without him, so he decided to join us.
I mean, I
No, I don't really care.
I almost died. Yeah, can we ask them to join?
Mm.
Oh my gosh, Jonas! Oh, I would have died if I fell.
How did just try to kill me?
He's the one who did the. No, I'm joking.
Oh, poor Emeer just fell off.
No, I didn't. Almost.
Oh yeah, you didn't. Nope.
Literally nobody's doing
Oh
it.
yeah, let's go towards the pink line, the purple line.
Did it. Yeah, let's go gangbang at her.
Let's
He's
go.
killed
Let's
us.
go.
pig.
Because Ada has been doing the most damage to our
Yeah,
friendship. You hear that, Ada? I should have killed Ada, but okay, it's good. Oh, I just moved.
Put Ada down, guys.
And I put the
And
cookie
they'll get the
down.
chloroform.
You're dead, Ada. If you don't die, oh my gosh. Let's go.
You're me now. Oh, never mind. This chat's wasted.
Yeah,
Man,
sick jump,
he was
bro.
too much
Oh
life.
yeah. Oh, that wasn't a sick jump. That was the opposite of a sick jump.
Why me?
Ooh, yeah.
I jumped.
Ooh. Good job, Emeer. I'm gonna clap for you.
Yeah, you like it.
Oh, you hit that tower. Woo.
Don't watch.
Emeer's my favorite esports player. Oh my god, you're on fire. Why
Get out of here, Johnny.
How did you catch on
This is how I
fire?
feel about you.
Because I blew up.
Spectate me, Jonas. Oh,
How did
spectate
you
me.
blow up? I can't, you
little
tar.
cag.
You have to have
Yeah.
you, not me. I'm watching your stream.
Like I
dummy.
said this before. Look at you. Gosh.
I just got myself killed doing that. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, how'd you die, Amir?
Because I ran into your stream. You ripped hard. You were kind of at the end of my stream, you know. That's the only way it could have got out.
Andrew just keeps making those delicious noises.
Dude, what is happening to Andrew's screen, Jonas?
I
What is
wouldn't
happening?
know. Oh
What
yeah,
is
jeez.
happening?
Yeah, it's weird.
Ada, you're dead.
Certainly wouldn't
Dang
know.
it.
Yeah, see, it's a black and white.
What do you mean it's black and white? Nobody's talking about that. You're retarded. I made it look like you're
I
drunk.
am.
No, I'm joking. You can't even see the black and white, Andrew. What are you talking about?
On my
It's
screen,
like,
not
it,
Andrew,
black
it,
and
Jonas.
it
white.
comes in and out. For
How can you
me.
see the black and white? It's because I'm switching cameras,
Right,
Jonas.
everybody.
I'm switching, you know, I'm switching the filters. That's
The
why it comes
filters?
in.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just been black and white. The only time it goes off black and white is when I use the boost.
It's going off, you know.
You should use a boost more, Andrew. It's like-
Hurry up and kill him, dude. Actually. I was holding for you, Andrew, and you killed me. Wow. I thought we were friends.
I thought we were friends too.
Check out this wheelie. Oh, I'm falling! No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Look at the funny joke. You know what? Look at you. Now you're
You
dead.
suck at it.
Kill yourself, nothing.
What are you trying to do, Ada? It ain't working.
Yeah, I'll show you.
You
Alright.
literally just drove past me like 9 times.
I know. Trying to give you a game. You drove right next to him. Use the boost. Use the power of the. You're actually.
I can't see the edges!
Why can't you see the edges?
Cause it's black and white, you reptard!
What does black and white have to do with you not being able to see edges?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? You would still be able to see
What do
the
you
edges.
mean?
You would still be able to see
You
the
don't
edges.
know the struggle.
You would still be able to see the edges. Ah,
Like
you're
a
a
punk.
punk.
Hey,
You
you
do
like a
that.
man, you
Ah,
bitch.
you do that in Shippuden too. You just run away till the shuriken at me. When the time limit's gone down.
Ah yes, the real man in a fighting game. Okay.
Dude, we got big from that mission. I'm joking. So, we gonna get on Fall Dudes later?
Fall
Look at
Brothers.
you, you look retarded, man. Just stop. What do you mean you look like Zuko? What? You look... So that means that, no. That means that I guess we all
Put
have.
on makeup,
That
dumbass.
hairstyle.
Yeah, I guess we all have. I know Zuko does not have that hair. No, I'm joking. It was a war parade. It was a propaganda. Yeah. I know, like, how retarded is that kid?
So what are we gonna play?
Do you guys want to do this cop game mode?
I don't care.
That's be shit.
This one?
So are we playing Fall Brothers?
Not yet. Click on the car game mode as a cop.
Like, no.
Yeah, they're punks. You're either, it's cops and robbers. No, you turd. No, I'm saying.
Is it like the Cops and Robbers mode from Mario Kart 8? Or my phone.
It's cops and robbers.
Okay.
It's cops and robbers. No, I'm saying. It's cops and robbers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you ram them like crazy. 3 rounds. Just make them. Just make it 2 rounds, because 3 rounds is gonna be way too long.
I did make it
We
2
can do
rounds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, guys,
Sounds
good news.
like-
Only 10 out of like the 4,000 PlayStation 4 games there are will be PS5.
What are you saying? You're lagging so bad.
Basically what I was trying to say is that only 10 PS4 games won't be able to be played on the PS5, which is great. That way, everything, basically pretty much everything you guys own will be able to carry over to PS5.
What games?
I thought you were about to say it's just bad.
It was just a bunch of free
won't we?
ones, licenses that were expiring.
What do you mean
we're
ready
waiting
up?
for a
He can't.
fourth.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh.
What?
Fall Brothers.
Well, we've only
This
been
guy's
waiting
gonna
for
have a
like 2
dick.
seconds.
This is amazing.
John, do you want to join? And just invite
No,
some
man,
of your
but thank you
friends
for
or
the
something.
offer.
Oh, sure, yeah, I'll go on. Let me go get a drink of water, and then, like, are you guys playing? Oh, wait, you guys are playing that. Oh. Yeah, here, I'll go get a drink of water.
Alright. I'll be right back then, since he's being right back. Marlon, are you still watching the stream? Say something if you're watching. Because I don't know who's watching, actually. It's probably John's. I'll be right back.
I can't this. I know I can join. Blah, 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 blah. Biba Becca. Nice to have you guys. Is anyone there? Hello? Hello?
I have returned!
Yeah, I think everyone else is gone.
Okay, I will go join your game!
Fuck, you sound like Dracula from, like,
Yes!
I forgot what it's called. Sesame Street, I think.
I got to pause the stream, good god. Getting an echo of everyone's voices is very annoying.
No joking.
Why I can't? Okay. So I'll do that later.
Grapes are really good. So you're not gonna agree with me? Okay, I see how it is. So you're not gonna answer me? Okay, I see how it is.
Right, what?
Don't
What'd
play
you
dumb with
say?
me now. You know what I said.
What?
Don't play dumb with me. Don't play dumb with me. I know your
Sorry.
games. I know what you're planning.
Okay.
I know your methods. I know what you do to people.
Okay.
Riding around with Yo.
No.
Kind of funny that Laval probably uses Discord more. I mean, uses the Discord chat more than Fisher does.
Wait, what?
But I find it funny how Laval probably uses the Discord chat more than Fisher does.
Is it more than Fisher?
What are you doing?
Drinking big water.
Big waters. How'd you join us, Jonas? Go. Jonas, why do you look like you just got back from a party?
What'd you say?
Why does your character look like he just got back from a party?
Oh, what?
Never mind.
I wouldn't know. Does he look like that? Oh, hey.
Right. We're waiting for Emeer.
Nope.
Guys, can you come lick my ear? It's
Give me
really
a lick
itchy.
to your ear, you said? Sure, man.
Yeah, it's real itchy. It might have a little bit of earwax
There you go.
in there. More. You gotta lick the inside. Like that's itchy. No,
There you go, buddy.
This is some quality RP. This is what you have friends for.
Military Gmod RP. Screw that. Licking my friend's ears RP. I don't know, man. It's a pretty good RP if you ask me.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll find it less weird if you're in the RP. I think I do. I think you need to join now. Let's go.
Yeah,
Not
next
yet.
it's not gonna be my ear. Floppy. My fingers, you silly
Your
goose.
Jonas, it looks
toes.
bad.
Oh.
So I went AFK during stream. I was waiting for Jonas. And you can start now.
I'm getting water, man.
Pop
It
some
takes off.
glutes.
So do you need me to commence the licking of your fingers, Andrews?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, why is there only one runner? The hell? What happened to my eye?
Oh my
You're the
god.
one who's been beat the less out of all of us.
What happened to my eye? Look at Jonas's clothes.
I am wearing the best. I hate this outfit so much.
Oh my gosh. You look like an off-brand NASCAR driver. Why would they give you that outfit? Why didn't they just give you? Why didn't they just give you something else?
Yes.
Okay, so there's
beat down Jonas.
there's three of us. There's one imposter among us.
Just post that on r/memes and you'll get so many updates as they call them there.
You will literally get free Reddit premium for a year if you make the lowest tier.
You have to pay for
One less
Reddit.
joke.
Just
Reddit
say
premium.
dead body.
What does
Reddit
Actually
premium
make
do?
just make just
Literally
say,
stab a preschooler and say dead body reported.
Okay.
I think you'll get.
Yo, I got him up. I'm boxing
You're
him
about
off.
to get raped. Look what car you're in.
What car is he
Hey,
in?
what
Is he
is
in
Oh,
the
we have
AC?
to try to stop you.
Yeah, we have to ram him.
Come
We
here,
have
you
to,
little slippery
Yes, that's
bastard.
the idea.
we have to mess up his car. We can't even
Oh
shoot
my
him.
god, Jonas just juked all over. Oh my god!
I know, that's why his car is
Jonas,
nice.
when did
That's
you
why-
whip that
yeah.
out? I've never seen this before.
Why would you
Ah,
stay
you
there?
were a bitch,
Why would
Adam.
you stay?
How
What
did you
happened?
fuck me over?
Don't.
He's not even talking.
Ashley
Bro,
is gonna
Adam's going
get
psychotic,
angry.
dude. He's going try hard. Don't make him angry, dude. He's looking at the crafter box. I guarantee he's
That's
just
my
sitting there. in the
secret
background.
Jonas,
I'm
you're
always
so
angry.
gay!
Blow him up! Blow him up!
Don't blow me up, no!
Blow him up, dang it. Box him in! Nice!
Are you
Nice.
kidding
Help
me?
Guys,
I'm
help
trying
me.
to go to the other side.
No, what do you, why? Help me. Just what are you doing?
I'm
just
coming
come
over
back.
here so you can't get out.
You can't.
I
It's a
like, can't
fence.
get out in the first
Yeah.
place.
So, okay. I gotta move. I gotta move your car.
Wait,
You're an
oh,
actual-
he respawned.
You're a raptor, you know
I
that?
was gonna ram you guys into him.
I
Adam,
can't
move. Look
drive
what you've done.
at all. Oh my god.
You gotta move.
The controls are so bad. Not bad, but they're... Oh my god. The drift is...
My controls are
The
so
drift is
bad.
real.
I got you, Andrews.
The
I
drift
got
is
you,
real, man.
Andy. I got.
Oh my god, it's even
oh
responding to my
my
controls
God.
half the fucking time.
What do you mean? Oh my
How
gosh,
is Jonas-
Emeer, I ain't seen
Jonas
It's
isn't
not
even trying.
keyboard.
I got him.
His
Dang
computer
it.
is just helping him. It's not even
It's an AI. It's like, I got you, and that nothing.
Ping a lot
Oh
of
my
houses.
god, guys, I'm lost.
How
I'm
are you
amazed.
lost? Look on the map, you. No.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah, I know
becoming-
you're hard.
I don't know.
Call me your next guy.
Dude,
Help.
how did you remember that, Jonas?
Hey, can one of you guys hit me?
Yeah, I got you, home dog.
Thanks.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
Thanks,
Chase
Demir.
after him, you fat dog.
What are you doing, Andrews? You call
Are
me
you why?
fat. He actually.
What?
Oh my
Why
god,
don't they-
oh, I thought it was invincible.
He said, okay,
What
what?
the fuck?
Help me, Andrews. Out. Okay, nice. Nice ass shit. He's gonna respawn. Get ready.
Do the maneuver.
We got 7 checkpoints on him.
That
We hit him.
fist.
Stop him again.
No,
Hit him again.
those are his checkpoints.
Oh, wait, what? Oh. Oh, so how are we supposed to stop him, dude? That's actually stupid.
You're supposed to stop him before he just hits all 15 checkpoints, man.
Well, so we have to stop him in a minute? For a minute, I mean? Oh, I'm in a slipstream.
Oh my god, I just ran that so hard to him. I came out of like the speed boost of a lifetime.
I know, because I was in Jones's slipstream. Help me, guys, help me, help me.
I can't breathe!
Okay, I knew you were gonna say that. I knew he was gonna say that since we were
Anna, you're trying to sabotage
Anna, what are you
us.
doing? Andrew!
What are you doing?
No, it's not funny. You're a punk, you know that. Look at my tires, dude. Look at what Andrew's.
You're just screwing him over.
Well, look how bad my car is wrecked. You can't blame me. I got this.
Oh my god, we just got hard, you!
No, we didn't. Cause look, just box him off. He's
Box him in, back to me, back.
Yeah, Anna, go in the back. Anna, go from the back.
No,
Where are you, Anna?
Anna, where are you?
Oh my gosh, Anna, where are you?
He just went in. What the hell?
Call me
oh my
smarter
god,
than you.
Jonas is so slick. What the? Jonas, why did you use this when you're getting kicked by an oppressor?
I know, right? He doesn't use this in any other game mode. Not even in regular GTA. He's just saying that. He's just saying that in the car. Oh yeah, we did. It's not like he's gonna get 5 seconds.
Hey, stop being gay.
Oh my gosh, I got this.
I got him! No, he just ran me! We had him!
No, I got him. Move!
Orgy! His car's smoking!
He gave a respawn. Oh, so
that person was just trying to sell their house and he screwed them over.
That's the type of game mode that you wouldn't keep on playing. Like, this is the type of game mode you play one.
I'm joking. If you are, I'm leaving. I'm joking. Why do we never play adversary modes?
What did you say?
Is it Jonas again? Is it Jonas? Is it?
No, it's not Jonas again.
The King Johnny.
Oh no, I got water everywhere.
It's not me either.
Yeah.
He's the only one who said it wasn't him, so.
It's me, Ada. It's me, yeah. Me.
Wait, who did it? Who is it then?
My car is actually cooler than Jonas. I mean, my color, like, I have white clothes on. Jonas has, like,
Jonas,
stupid.
look
at you guys.
What are you doing?
Already messing up.
Ah, you little fucking. Never mind.
Never mind. Oh, you're about to come to me anyway. No, I'm joking.
I mean, do you want me to?
Wait, what? Yeah, so you weren't okay.
Oh my god.
I told you I have bad controller drift, I'm sorry.
Oh, Jonas, move! I swear, they purposely make these controls slippery.
Yeah, this
I'm not even driving fat, I'm joking.
I'm not, though. That's fine.
Target acquired! Oh, no.
Oh, Christ.
Aren't you supposed to turn?
Yeah, I guess. Who is texting in Discord? What do they want?
I don't know, I Fisher hasn't hopped on yet. He doesn't feel good,
Okay,
man.
he's just sending unturned trailers
Why?
and telling you guys to get unturned.
I'm not about to play on my laptop. That thing's trash.
Yeah,
I can't play on it. I'm in the most uncomfortable position when I try to play.
They just
Look
unplug
at
the
you,
laptop.
Andrews, trying so
Yeah, but then
hard.
I can't talk.
I just got a
Mike
checkpoint.
Jones.
Then move the mic.
I can't.
Oh.
My laptop doesn't have optical cord plug-in.
Thanks, guys. Nobody wants to even play on their laptop, dude. What? Who would? It's not that fun.
Based Chad, this guy. Can I turn on the lights? Yes, I can.
Why do you want to turn? Oh, your headlights. Since you're talking about your, like, you know, actual.
I've got you in my sights.
You do? Nice.
If I remember, the person who said that sounded
No, Ada, you let
like
us get past.
Not a drug. I don't know.
Andrew, you look like a bull
How
shark.
long am I doing work? Where are you guys?
You really are, though, actually.
Where's my backup?
I'm coming, brother. Don't you worry, brother. Look, Captain motherfucker.
Oh my god.
So I'm doing way better.
Oh my
than
god,
They
I can't grab my
purposely
foot.
make it drift.
I'm actually doing way better than Jonas. I don't know why it was so hard for him.
Who would have got that? He doesn't have
I'm actually, like,
drift.
Jonas is actually sucking. I have drift.
Okay. I'm gonna kill you.
Get
You
it.
just
Oh,
helped
that's
me
Jonas.
so
I just
much,
gave you a
Jonas.
boost.
I know. I'm out of here. Oh, guys, here comes the injuries.
I'm gonna get out of here.
You're so... I got him, guys!
You
No!
got
Where were you guys? Why weren't you
Jonas
driving
helped
out?
me. Jonas actually helped you,
I'm
though.
stuck. Help.
Oh my god, Jonas.
Help.
Oh my
Please.
gosh.
Oh! Oh!
I'm stuck, Jonas.
Jonas, where are you?
I just hold. I'm
just
stuck.
Jonas, just hold. It tells you, hold triangle. You
Oh, you can still respawn.
Thanks.
You're welcome, Emeer. That totally helped you.
It did. What do you mean totally? It pushed me forward, and then I juked you.
Oh my god.
Actually helped me. I had to go over here anyway. Look at you flipping.
God damn it.
Ah! Jonas, why? Move your fat club self out of here. Oh my god. Wait, that's not fair, Emeer. We're stuck.
I'm out of here.
I'm gonna get out of here.
I don't remember asking Anna.
I might lose, actually.
You're gonna make him cry, stop. You're
Not
gonna
gonna-
make me cry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might lose.
MJ over. We got him! We got him! Oh. Where's my team? Where are you guys? Are you guys throwing?
Hitting trees.
What happened to that bike? It's missing a whole wheel in here.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it was.
I got 19 seconds.
So
I
that's
mean,
just the price
30
of war, Rangers.
Well, we lost.
no.
I think he's gonna do it.
I'm probably
No, he
not.
ain't.
I might. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Yep, I did it. Dang it, Andrews, I didn't do it.
What? It's texting.
Oh,
What did you
dude,
do?
I came in clutch.
Unlike your other teammates.
I know.
Actually,
I was
you had
I
no
did
help.
work right there.
You can't even say you did. I'm sorry. You had no help. Actually, no, you can't even cap. I'm actually a goat because I was missing one.
Emeer, stop. They're at my front door. Stop.
Who?
Tony and Nada. Oh my god. I gotta board up my house real quick. No. It picks on its own. It picks on its own, Ada. It didn't let us. It didn't let me switch. I'm only gonna play like one more round of this, and then I'm gonna go Fall Guys probably.
I'll just end the stream because I'm about to go eat anyway. And, like, I'll start you back up when we play Fall Guys. Because I really don't want to play again, sorry, Ada. It's kind of the same thing. I don't think